What up guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Johnny from Johnny's Garage and this is my Austin 7 from 1932. Sorry for the mess in here, I really need to clean this garage up, but that's something for another day. And yeah, today I will tell you something about this car and the projects I have planned for this. As you can see, the car is on jack stands at the moment. That's because I've sent all of these brake shoes away to get relined. They are already done now and I can put them back on the car. That you will see maybe in the next video or so. And the old linings looked like that. They were very hard and stiff, and these are much softer linings, and I hope to have a much better brake performance with these linings. But I guess we will see that and figure that out together. Another very important part of this car, which is not on the car at the moment, is this radiator. That's because it's broken right here, as you can see. And I thought about getting a new mesh for this radiator, but that's kind of expensive. Please put a comment down below of the amount of money you think that would be to replace this radiator. I was shocked when I heard this number and I decided to just fix this with glue, or I don't know yet. If you have an idea, put it down below in the comments, and then it won't wobble while I'm driving and it can't break further. And I think that would be okay for the next few years, and then I can deal with it later. Alright, so what's next? Another part of the car which is not on the car at the moment are the carburetors. And that's because the throttle body of the carburetors was very worn out, and I've decided to get them rebuilt at a company, or not the whole carburetor, I just mean the throttle body got rebuilt, and now I have to put the carburetor back together, but that's also something for another video, so I have to do that as well. And to be honest, this whole engine is kind of a mess. It's burning a lot of water and oil, and it's just not the best anymore. I'm rebuilding a new engine right now at a company, but it takes so much time. I'm working on it, I think, for half a year now, but I think there are still a few more weeks or even months to go because of the parts who just don't arrive, or sometimes I buy parts and they are not the correct parts, and it's just a mess, but we will get there. Another part which is missing on the car is the alternator or dynamo or generator or light machine, call it whatever you want. It's not on the car. The car was running on 6 volts. As you can see right here, it's a 6 volt battery, and yeah, I want to get everything with to 12 volts. It's just better and more modern, and then you can also use more modern technology on this car, but you will see that later on this YouTube channel, I hope. And you will also have brighter lights and everything will be better, in my opinion. I'm sure you have different ones, but that's my car. And yeah, so I've sent my old alternator away, also already 1 to 2 months ago or so, and I hope it will be back pretty soon, but I don't know. But yeah, that's a big part why I can't drive with this car right now. I think I have everything. I could put the radiator back on, I can put the brake shoes back on, and then the car's driving. But when my alternator is not here, the distributor can't be driven because it's driven by the alternator, and yeah, that's the main problem why I can't drive right now. And yeah, that's also something for another video. And then there's one more problem on this car, not problem, but project I want to do. Look at this cable mess here. I mean, it's okay, but all these clamps or whatever you call them, wait a minute. Okay, I guess you call them luster terminal, and these things don't belong in a car. Never do that. It's not waterproof, it's nothing, it's not good. It worked for me for 2 years and it's still working and it's okay, but I just don't like the look of it. It's not looking like it's from this period, from when the car was built, so it just doesn't look good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I forgot something. it's right in here, and I will get a screwdriver, open it up and show it to you, and then you will see what's wrong with it. Alright, so this little box is a regulator for the alternator down there. And yeah, when I open it, you can see right there, oh, it stinks very bad. And yeah, I think you can see there was a little fire, or not really a fire, but something is burned down there. This thing is toast, it's not working anymore. And since this thing is broken, my alternator can't charge my battery anymore. And that's why I drove the past year or so. I don't check this every day. So I've drove with a broken regulator for quite some time, I think. And that's why also my battery was empty every second week or so. But when I charge it, I can drive with the car for a couple of days when it's not night. When I have to turn the lights on, it will be only a few hours. But yeah, so my new alternator, when it's done with 12 volts, when it's converted to 12 volts, it will also have a new regulator, and this thing will go out. Then everything should be perfect, but for now it looks like that. And also this little box needs to go, it's super ugly. And yeah, I mentioned earlier these luster terminal which need to go out of the car, but also all of these cables, they don't look like they are from this period, and I don't like them. I don't like that these cables are in it and these fabric cables are in here. I want every cable to be the same, so I decided to get more cables from this type and build a whole new wiring harness with a friend. And I will also mention the company where I get the cable from, and also where I relined the brakes in my description below. Alright, that are all the projects I have planned for this car. And I guess now I could tell you something about this car in general. I should have done it probably before, but I think you will see this car more often on this channel, and then you will know everything about it. So it's an Austin 7 Ulster special from 1932. And first of all, why it's called a special? That's because it's not an original Ulster. An Ulster is always a sports car. It has always, or I guess most of the time, 2 seats and a sporty rear end. And they used to race these cars in England for a long time, and they still do this till this day. They were, I think, 200 to 300 original Ulster from factory, and these are very expensive, these original Ulster. These are more affordable. I think we will do another video about what this car costs, or cars like that, and because I think a lot of you might think it's super expensive, and that's not the case. I mean, that always depends on your budget, but I think it's a car which it's easier to afford, like an old Bugatti or other cars from this time period, of course. And yeah, so it has a 4-cylinder engine with 2 valves per cylinder, so it's nothing fancy. I built this inlet manifold myself, just like this exhaust pipe. From here to right here, I bought this part from Pigsty Racing. I will also link this down below. Otherwise, the internals of this engine are original. It has nothing fancy to it. I guess original, this car has only 1 carburetor. Mine has 2 because I wanted it. I don't think it makes much more power, but we will also do another video about that. So that's what it looks like. Here are the tires of the car. The dimensions are the following: 4" times 19, and nothing fancy, and also not very wide, I guess. That's my hand compared to the tire. Yes, that's what the inside of the car looks like. Also nothing fancy here. The car at the moment is very dirty. I will change it once it's running again. Another thing which is worth mentioning, this distributor is from 123 Ignition, and that's an electronic distributor, so there's nothing mechanically moving anymore in this distributor. It's all electric, which makes it very nice. I have an app on my phone, so I have this app on my phone from 123 Ignition, and I can open it up. And normally it connects right away to the distributor, but my car is not turned on at the moment. But I can, you can see here a little graph, or I guess there's no graph right now. Let me check, maybe open. Right here you have the RPM, and here you have the ignition timing. And yeah, you can adjust it whatever you want. And normally, you know, with an old distributor, you can do it via Bluetooth with your car, of course. That's pretty handy and also gives a little bit more power, maybe 1 to 4 horsepower, so I don't know. So yeah, that's what you can do with this distributor. It's kind of fun and to play around with it and see how you can change the power compared to the ignition timing, what you give this engine, and kind of interesting. You can learn a lot from it, and it's just very easy to do, and this thing doesn't break as quick as the old distributor because there are more moving parts which can break. And yeah, other than that, this car is pretty original. Not running at the moment, but I hope we will change this very soon. Alright, I hope I gave you a little idea what you will see on this channel in the near future, and you also got to know my car a little bit, if you don't know it already from Instagram or so. And yeah, if you have any questions, just comment down below, or if you have any video suggestions about videos you want to see in the future, comment down below. And I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up or don't. And as always, keep driving and follow for more.